Hello and welcome to another week's edition of the Weekly Waller Review Show. We're here in the Newcastle press room. Lovely spot it is.
It's one of the coolest spots today, at least.
It is. It's about 40,000 degrees outside. I've almost suit all day.
The track's well though. It's a good track. Lovely track.
Yeah, fantastic to actually race on a proper surface.
Rain stopped 4 or 5 days ago. We're racing on a good track, and I think in time to come, when you're racing a lot of horses up here, Charlie, for the simple reason they get a good experience, they finish off well and move on from there. We haven't any winners yet though.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Freeze 8.
Anyhow.
Anyway, we had a good week last week with Woogok. Looks progressive, do you think?
Yeah, he won well. Nice front running ride by Hugh Bowman to get him home, and probably look towards either South Australian Derby or a Queensland Derby with him.
And Richard of York down in Melbourne got the job done.
Very impressive with it. Won by 6 or 7 lengths over 2,400 metres, and he'll back up this Saturday in a similar race.
Okay, we'll crack straight on to the big day Saturday. In the first we have...
Just firstly, who drew the barriers in the Doncaster?
Guy Mulcaster drew one.
Well, he was dressed appropriately.
Yes. Peter Ty drew one.
Yeah, it was just a nice casual gear.
And I drew 2.
What were you wearing?
Well, I drew barrier 6 and 7, and they drew barrier 17 and 20.
Ah. What was
so
that?
Obviously, my tweed suit obviously did the trick.
What colour was the tweed suit?
Green.
Green. And what colour shirt did you have on?
Blue.
Tie?
Yellow.
Socks?
Red.
That'll do me.
Right, straight into the Widden. We have From Within. She's unlucky with barriers. Drew barrier 9.
9 of 9.
Mm.
Don't think we'll be running her if it's a rain affected track. It's good to see the track. I think at the moment it's a soft 6 as of Wednesday afternoon, but they're expecting rain Thursday, so if it got too wet we might be looking at saving it for the Percy Sykes. But she's going well. Had a trial since her most recent run and trialled well.
Okay, then Veladero dropping back to a mile in the Carbine Club.
He seems to have sharpened up pretty well in his training. He needs to. I think he's a better horse than his form currently suggests. Might be just being a little bit cunning. So yeah, we'll just change his work around, short, sharp work, and it seems to have sharpened him up nicely.
Okay, into the Chairmans we have Kainema.
Yes, Zach Burton aboard. Weights have been raised quite interestingly. He just needs speed on this horse, and I think a better track. And yeah, I haven't been through the speed maps of the race yet, but when he gets a truly run race, he can bounce back
on a better track.
On a better track, he can bounce back to form. And he, of course, will back up in 7 days' time in the Sydney Cup.
Okay, then in 2 in the PJ Bell. Obviously Zambolina, who is very impressive last preparation. We see her resuming.
Couldn't have been any more impressive. I think she won her last 4. I think one of those was on a heavy track, and a couple of them might have been on soft tracks. At least soft tracks. She's been in work long enough to be fit enough and trialled well. So drawn a bit wider, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay, and Invincibella resuming from barrier 18.
Yeah, she doesn't have much luck in barrier draws. She's been stakes placed a number of times. I'm thinking back to her last run at Flemington where she drew very wide and I think ran in the first 3 on that occasion. So just going to need a little bit of luck from the draw, but she's a capable filly on her day.
We also have Japonisme returning from Melbourne.
Yeah, 8-day turnaround, but gee, the $2.5 million prize money in the TJ certainly speaks volumes. He's never far away. He didn't step that well from the barriers last Friday night. Yet still rattled home, run 5th, gets on well with Glenn, and if you go back through his Group 1 form, despite 2 failures, he's never been far away. Handles a soft track, doesn't like a heavy track as much.
Okay, then we have 4 in the Donny. Firstly, A-Rod.
Drawn well. Had a trial since his last run. Trialled well, won his trial, gave him a bit of confidence. He's drawn to get a soft run, which is a big thing. He did it tough last start. He's well weighted. He needs to improve to win, but we've seen in Europe that he's a genuine Group 1 horse.
Okay, we also have McCree back down to a suitable weight for a horse of his stature.
Yeah, well, track conditions shouldn't worry him. Kieran McAvoy rides, he's drawn a bit awkward in gate 17.
Yes.
Look, it's a Doncaster, barrier draws aren't really that relevant. You just need a trouble-free run. Kieran's riding is good, if not better than anyone at the moment, and naturally rides the weight. This horse, he won well first up. He wasn't disgraced, I think, finishing about a length behind Chautauqua in the George Ryder, and drops to handicap conditions on Saturday. So he got beat by Le Romain in the spring by basically a half a length, maybe less, and our horse got held up. He had an interrupted run. So Le Romain has done everything you could expect, including winning a Group 1 race at weight for age. But our horse is not far off him.
Okay. And we also have Endless Drama, barrier 20.
Yeah, tough draw. Just needs a bit of cover. I think a few of the emergencies might have drawn inside him, so he might come up to 17 or 18. But he'll roll forward, sit midfield, maybe a touch closer, get a bit of cover, and again, capable horse on his day.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, Antonio Giuseppe.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have thought he would have been running in the Doncaster when we started planning the prep, but that's how things change.
Blinkers go on.
They do. He was very impressive first up, over 1500. I don't think the distance is a problem, especially with the blinkers going on. He's got a nice soft barrier, and that's going to be a big plus. He's going to get an easy run, and we know he'll run a strong mile out. They say tough around at mile, you need a 2,000 metre horse. Well, Antonio certainly fits that bill.
And in the Adrian Knox, we have last start winner, Besa.
Yes, she's a bit of an enigma. She lost the rider 2 starts ago. She reared up at the start, and she won last start, only basically 10 or 12 days ago. She's come through the race well. You wouldn't say it's the strongest Adrian Knox, and I don't think the 2,000 metres will be a problem.
Absolutely not, and she'll handle any track.
She will. Good rough chance. Good fight, yeah.
And moving on from Randwick, we also have 2 at Bendigo. Firstly being Irish Optimism.
Yes, 1,300 metres first up.
A bit short.
It is. Going to ride him conservatively to make sure he finishes off strongly. It's the start of hopefully a successful career in Australia. He's worked well and his jump outs have been good, so I think he'll be hitting the line strongly.
And last start winner, Richard of York.
Good last start winner, Charlie.
Yes,
by 6 lengths, going for a 2-time. Look, he's in winning form. You can see he likes racing up on the pace, and we found a nice race for him. I think he'll again be hard to beat.
Absolutely.
That's all, folks.
Have a good weekend.